Mm. Peace, peace. Yo, it's such a blessing to have faith. It's such a blessing to just know that you know that you know. That's to know the law of being, to know the law in operation at all times, to know that there's a power in the back of your word, there's a power in the back of your thought. In every moment you are manifesting. Manifesting is not an event. And manifesting is a continual living. Manifesting is you have no choice to manifest. Because some people approach manifestation as if it's an event. Some people approach manifestation as, I will manifest this, in terms of it being something that is not happening at this present moment. They don't take it from it being continually. You were always manifesting. You created this moment where you said, okay, I'm at this moment where, okay, I want to manifest. That's a manifestation in itself. What we need to realize is that now we're at the standpoint of conscious manifestation, where we want to bring something out into externalization purposefully, right? So what ties into that is where your vibration is. Because what I'm experiencing in my reality, and what a lot of people experience in their reality, is that when you get to a certain point within self, you naturally begin to vibrate things, people, you know what I mean? Just environments out of your whole reality. It's actually pretty exciting when you see it happen, and at the moment you may think that it's not for you, but when you have this belief in the divine design, which is only a belief that there's a higher power guiding life and discerning what would be most complementary to who you're becoming, then there's no fear within any type of situation, because you know that as the world is moving, you're moving, because you are the world. So naturally, the momentum of who you are will need to leave that environment to find a new environment that most aligns with your being. I was reading As a Man Thinketh the other day, and the quote that most got me was the quote within the chapter on visions and ideals, right? And in the chapter, it says, actually, right here, it says, you cannot travel within and stand still without. You cannot travel within and stand still without. The improvement of your inner dialogue, the improvement of your discipline and the motivations behind those disciplines, the improvement of your visualizations. Because now I'm thinking about what does it mean, and when I'm saying that, I'm saying these things, I'm like, what does it mean to travel within? What does that mean to travel within? How do you travel within? And then As a Man Thinketh also gives a clue on how to travel within as well. Exactly after it says that quote, it talks about a youth, right, who was working a sweatshop or a workshop as a youth. And here's what it says, right? Here's a youth hard pressed by poverty and labor, confined long hours in an unhealthy workshop, unschooled and lacking all the arts of refinement. But he dreams of better things. He thinks of intelligence, of refinement, of grace and beauty. He conceives of, mentally builds up an ideal condition of life. The vision of a wider liberty and a larger scope takes possession of him. Unrest urges him to action, and he utilizes all his spare time and means, small though they are, to the development of his latent powers and resources. Very soon, so altered has his mind become that the workshop can no longer hold him. So, when you vibrate out of an environment, this is exciting. When you vibrate out of an environment, it can no longer hold your being. You need an environment that is for the scope of who you are. It just gave you the clue on how to travel within. Conceive of your ideal conception of life. Build up that image of your ideal conception of life constantly, so think of an ideal, and then constantly build up this ideal and this experience of this ideal in your life, in your experience. Then cultivate skills, cultivate powers, cultivate resources that align with that ideal and that ideal conception of self. And then it gets to the point where you train your mind. Your mind vibrates you at that environment. It's a beautiful idea. And you see it happening. So when it happens, just realize it was meant to be.